Hi everyone and welcome back to the Gentleman's Talk. Here we are on Friday. Friday! I'm just waiting for my friend to join. And hopefully we're going to get crack-a-lack, and I've got some catching up to do with the Banterman Billy, who is imminently inbound. So hopefully we're going to get to... He just messaged me, holy shit! I'm like, no waiting, no rest for the wicked. Send to my civvy email, mate. Jog on. Done it already. Get on board. Hope you're okay, though. Hope everyone's well. Ready to jump on board. Ready to talk about the Gentleman's Talk. I've encroached slowly onto TikTok now. So just to try and promote this a little bit more on a different social media platform. I know that I spoke openly about this a little while ago, and I kind of mentioned I don't do social media. However, unfortunately, I'm governed by social media. Social media is the only way you're going to promote yourself if you want to get some listeners and get some activity. So I've jumped on TikTok under the Gentleman's Talk. I just talk solely about mental health. None of this other bullshit. I don't do it for the fun and shits and giggles. I just do it to promote a little bit of mental health as an extra little bit. Yo, Billy! Billy's on board! How are you, man? Banterman Billy, how are we, boy?
Can you hear me, mate?
Hear me okay?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
I can hear you, mate, loud and clear.
Right.
So how are you, buddy? Long time no speak properly. I know we communicate daily, but not so much actually listening about each other's lives. Well, although I do talk quite actively on my podcast, so you actively listen to that, so you probably know still quite a bit about my weeks.
Yeah, I haven't listened to the latest one. I think you released it last night.
Oh, that was just my motivational minute, a little segment I do. It's just a couple of minutes of me just offering a little bit of an insight into some motivational stories. It's normally I like it because it gives me a little food for thought, but it also offers a story with a moral.
Rog.
So it's just a little bit of fun, mate. I just enjoy it, and I did notice that there was quite a bit of active listening on my motivational minutes, and I was just intrigued to try and sort of get them out there. It's normally just stuff like it's just like for instance, one of them was about KFC and how what's his name, Colonel Sanders was rejected by 1,009 different restaurants, and then 1,010 he got the yes, and the moral was to persevere. So it offers just a little bit of fun. It's just a little bit of fun for me to do. How have you been anyway?
That Colonel Sanders, mate, he didn't actually become successful till he was like
65. Yeah, 65 years old is when he started. He didn't like his job, hated his job, didn't know what to do. He used to make chicken for his family and friends, and they absolutely loved it. And he went out to try and sell his recipe, even to the point where when I read into the story, he actually tried to give his recipe away for free, but just take a small amount from each sale. And 1,009 people said no, and it was 1,010th that one that said, "I'll buy your recipe," and that's when KFC was born. You've gone quiet.
I'm here, mate.
Can I hear you? Oh, you're here. Nice one, mate. So how have you been anyway?
Mate, I have been absolutely fantastic, mate. I mean,
good. You sound like super positive this morning,
mate. Honestly, I just can't get over how great I'm feeling these last few weeks, mate. Like genuinely content, you know.
What's the key? What's the key? Give me the key to life.
People.
People?
I'm going to say people, right?
Okay.
Because this new job that I've started here, I had to move countries, had to, start the new job, didn't know anything about it, blah, blah. And everyone here, the morale is through the roof. Yeah, everyone's just really I don't know. Maybe it's not. Maybe I'm looking through rose-tinted glasses. I'm not sure, but it seems that way at the minute. Everyone's really upbeat, and there's no arseholes, mate. I haven't come across any arseholes.
I literally don't believe you. I don't believe you.
I'm lurking about. But
so you've been there before. and
Yeah.
this is your second time in in this same area, the same country. What do
Third.
you think is a, do you think third? Sorry, my apologies. Do you think there's a massive difference?
From the last time I was here, yeah.
Does
Uh,
has it changed your mindset? And I know we are in the honeymoon period. They do say the first 6 months are the best. It's normally after 6 months of any relationship, friendship, stroke, working environment, whatever. After 6 months, you normally get over the honeymoon period, and then you get the reality. Do you think that it's going to subside, or are you optimistic?
so, job wise, I'm going to say let's give it time. I'm sure any job will take its toll on you. But I'm talking like when I finish work to when I get up in the morning, I'm just feeling great, mate.
You're
You
liking
know?
it because I know that when we last did a podcast and you were over in this country, and I had many conversations with you that you were threaders. You didn't want to get up for work. You didn't want to go to work. And I even said to you there and then, you need to make a change because if you're not willing to get up for work and you don't want to go to work, then you need to change. And you've done that. And listen to the sound of you.
Oh, mate, honestly, I feel like a changed man. Right, so here's the thing as well, right? So there is a vicious fucking circle, Um, I mean, whether or not it's just me, I don't know, but there's like, when you go to the gym, right?
Yep.
You go to the gym, and well, in the military, you go to the gym, and 9 times out of 10, if it's some kind of a lesson, you get beasted, and then you come away from it, and then you go to the gym again, you get beasted, and come away from it, right? And so that's happened. That's happened for years. I mean, for years and years, that's just the way it goes. And then I suppose it's down to you whether how fit you get, and you can go after work, and you can go get fitness and stuff like that, right? But
Yep.
so I avoided fitness as much as I can. Like I can pass the basic fitness tests, right? Pass them, but any extra stuff, I just hated it, mate. Like hated it. And why did I hate it? Because I wasn't very good at it. I was never really, good at running or anything like that. I just absolutely hated it. And the more I
Yep.
avoided it, the less fit I got. So the more I feared going back because I would be so out of shape, etc.
Which
And
is like
that's
me now.
yeah, and that's no, you're not that bad, mate. And that circle just kept, getting vicious and vicious, vicious, and to the fact that sort of like, I would happily do anything else. I'm talking anything else just to not go to that gym.
Right.
So anyway, so I've started anew fresh, right? You said to me, you got to start fresh. So from the day I got here, I've said I will not miss a PT session, right?
Good.
Unless of course it's what's it called? Unless it's of course it's like life or death, and I have to do something else, right? So
Yep.
will not miss a PT session. Be going to everyone, and have I been enjoying it? Not at the time. Not at the time at all. I'm sweating. I'm getting beasted in that. But afterwards, I felt good.
Well,
I felt
but that's the key part. People don't realise exercise is not there. I mean, there is some sadistic bastards out there that absolutely love getting beasted, and I get that. There is
as
small, there's
CrossFitters, mate.
yeah, there's CrossFitters that absolutely beast themselves and they love it, and there's people that go and just because they have to, and then there's people that go get beasted. But the best part about it, I always found, and the motivation for me is normally trying to find somebody like-minded that will want to do the same pattern as me, has the same goal as me. It's very difficult because I like weightlifting, and not a lot of people I know like weightlifting to the extent where I do like to get stupidly big weights. I like to feel that sort of endorphin rush, but it's the after effect I love. It's the exactly, I just said that. It's the adrenaline, the endorphins, the fact that you feel like you don't feel guilty about going and having a biscuit or whatever because you think I'm earning it. I've earned this. I need to. It's sort of, it works as a double-edged sword, doesn't it? It works both ways. You can have a bit of fun then and feel, you watch your shape dropping in. You'll see yourself. You'll build your confidence naturally, and
Yeah.
already in the sound of your voice, mate, you're completely. And I speak to you every day, but every time we talk, I've have noticed in the last couple of weeks that you've just absolutely rocketed up, and that's clearly. And what do I always say in my mental health podcast? I always say, exercise, exercise, exercise. I don't do it. I need to do it, and I've been inspired by actually one of Nelly, old Nelster.
Yeah.
He went out for a run last night, mate, and he videoed himself whilst he was doing it, and I was like, "Fucking hell, I really need to just go out for a jog." I hate running. I absolutely
Oh,
despise running.
I hate it. Yeah.
I can't stand it. But I just thought it was the after effect. He was bollocks while he was doing it, and then he was like, at the end, he was like, "I've just had a cold shower. I'm sat down. My body's nicely aching, but in a good way." And I was like, I do need that endorphin rush. And then I'm listening to you and how positive you are, and I've gone, the proof's in the pudding. Two of my friends are absolutely smashing it out the park by looking after themselves.
Yeah.
And for me, that the writing's on the writing is there. It is there 110%, and it's the evidence is there. And just listening to the sound of you, mate, it's absolutely amazing. And listening to Nelly yesterday, he wants to lose a stone before he goes on holiday, which is he's got a goal, which is always a good thing to have if you want to lose a bit of weight. I think that where I struggle is if I don't have somebody to push me a little bit. Because normally what happens when I get into the routine of doing fitness and I do weight training, normally what happens is I'll have the off day here and there. And when I used to train religiously for about a year with Kieran, and we used to do weight training. And I always used to go. There'd be days where I didn't want to go, and he would push me, and there'd be days he didn't want to go, and I'd push him. So we'd always end up going. And it fell off the radar at the start of the pandemic when they closed all the gyms. And I was at my probably my peak when I was hitting the gym quite constantly. I felt amazing. My shoulders were big. I remember going around, people going, "Fucking hell, look at the size of your arms," because I just absolutely loved it. And recently, I have been massively deflated because I don't feel like I've got my full potential size that I like living with. But I need that motivation, and I'm surrounded at the moment by people that are motivating me, and it's actually inspiring me. And that's like, I don't know. There's no words really you can put that on. You can't put words to that. That's just absolutely incredible. And then listening to your voice here, I know that I was sort of not having an iron, but I nearly had to go and pick my daughter up. But I was like, absolutely not, because I know for a fact by talking to you, you'll boost me up, you'll perk me up, and here we are listening to you and how you've turned things around. I know you weren't, you were a bit sort of pessimistic is the word I'm probably looking for about going over to your new job, and apprehensive, that's the word, not pessimistic. Yeah, I know what that means. You're a bit apprehensive. Good word, well picked up. You're a bit apprehensive, and here you are now, completely and utterly undoing all of that and just saying, no, I'm into fitness. You're doing shooting coaching, you're looking at scuba diving, sea fishing. I know you've had a couple of little those things have been cancelled because of COVID recently, but at the same time, you're actively getting out there, mate. And it's so infectious, mate, to be around. That's why I say all the time, surround yourself with the right people. And
Mate,
you are one of
I'm
those
even
people.
going swimming a couple of times a week.
Nah, fuck off, you. I don't believe you.
Well, I'm telling you now. We're so lucky with the facilities here that I mean, there's like a swimming pool, indoor swimming pool, heated, lovely, and I'm getting up, I'm putting my tracksuit on with my flip flops, I'm flippy flopping down to the pool, quick half hour, 45 minutes in there, mate, up and down on the lanes, and yet again, absolutely fantastic. And I tell you another thing that I've done.
Yep.
So we as blokes, I'm going to put it out there, and I'm going to put everyone into this generic bracket, right?
Careful, but go on.
We as blokes go, oh, we'll be all right. For instance, I've had 2 injuries that have been paining me for months now, right?
Yeah.
And of course, I'm like, oh no, it's not that bad. It's not that bad. Someone else will need to go to the doctors instead of me, and I'll just take some painkillers. I'll be all right. But mate, it ain't getting any better. My back and my shoulder. So for those of you who don't know, I went skiing at the beginning of the year, and I really hurt myself. I dislocated my shoulder, and I must have landed on my tailbone, like your coccyx, right?
Oh Jesus, yeah, go on.
And I didn't realise it at the time, probably because the shoulder was hurting so much, that my back was. Something happened to it, right? And then I realised it when I went on holiday, and I went on a long haul flight, and oh my god, getting off that plane from being in this seated position, I was in agony, mate. And it's got to a stage, I never thought I'd say to myself, I hate sitting down for long periods of time, right? But
Yeah,
now, when I do, right, not only is my bloody tailbone, my arse hurting me, right, when I stand up, but
yeah.
my shoulder, because I'm always like what's the word? Slumped over. My
Jumped over.
shoulder
Yeah, yeah.
starts to bloody, it starts hurting as well. It's almost like it's ready to pop out again. So anyway, so this week I went, I've got to do it. And I went to the doctors and I booked a doctor's appointment. So, yet again, another thing that we put off that
Yeah,
I'm now
but
going,
mate, I have an exactly similar story. You know that I've been dealing with my back for absolutely. Mine's been, well, it's been going on since I had the car crashes, and I've just been ignoring it. I've just been taking painkillers. I was on cocodamol for 3 years, 8 a day. Just literally went, I'm not going to go to the doctors. There's nothing they can do. I bit the bullet, and I said to the doctor, I phoned him up and said, mate, they don't see you now, do they? It's all done via phone now. And my Dr. K knows me, and this was like 2 weeks ago. Do you remember I said to you I was going? I had that really bad back, and I went for an X-ray and CT scan.
yeah,
Well, I've been referred to an osteopath, mate, because there's severe spinal injury at the moment between my neck, or C5 and C9 is almost, the letter even says we're rushing you in. You've got to be in 3 weeks. That's that. We've put an emergency appointment on you because you're probably going to need surgery. And exactly the same thing as you, mate. I've been sat here. I've been like, because I work from home as well now, so I sit down all day. I'm like, I don't even move. I literally just get up for a drink, come straight back down again, because I'm not walking around corridors. I'm not seeing anybody. I'm just sat on my fucking carcass because I'm not going to the gym. And I was sat there, and I literally crippled me. And I was like, I can't fucking do this anymore. I got to the point where I cannot physically live in this pain anymore. And straight away, exactly that, mate. The doctor he literally said to me via text, he said, James, I'm not even going to explain the scans to you and the CT scans. I've done an instant emergency referral to the osteopath. And I went, okay, thank you. That was it.
that's the thing, mate. That's all it takes, isn't it? It takes like a couple of minutes just to do it, and they go, actually, mate, you're injured. Do you
And
know
that's
what I
what he
mean?
said. That's basically what he said. He basically said to me, mate, looking at the scans, CT scans, all I can say is I don't know how you're living with it. It's all like my spine's twisted. I've got a huge lump on the top of my neck, which I know has been there, and I've even acknowledged it's there, and it's pulling all the muscles in my neck, so I get migraines all day, every day. It's to the point where it's at the moment recently, because I don't want to take cocaine. I'm just sat here being an absolute fucking pain in the ass. I'm fucking drinking gin every night, couple of glasses, just to go to sleep, because I just want a decent night's sleep. Because for like 6 weeks, I've been in absolute clip. And we sit here and endure it as men, don't we? Like
Yeah,
you just said there, we just sit there and go, don't worry about it. Someone else needs to get this problem. My dad's exactly the same. He sat there, to give you another idea of what men are like. He sat there with the signs for cancer, was passing blood and all sorts, and literally went, nah, it'll be all right. He went down for gout. They did a fucking blood test on him and said, mate, you've got cancer. And I was like, did you know about it? And they said, well, I saw the signs, but I just put it down to it'll be all right. I was like,
right.
why do men do this?
Well, because we're dickheads, mate. Because we're dickheads, and as we had the conversation before, and I think it was on a live before.
Yeah.
We're dickheads because we are the blokes. We're the providers. We're expected to be strong and healthy and top of the tree all the time. Do you know what I mean? We're the lumberjacks that go out and chop the trees down. You know what I mean? We don't.
But it was like, yeah, go on, mate.
No, we're just expected to be all right. We're expected to be okay all the time.
Exactly. You just get on with it, and like. I was in a bit of a shit state last week, and I think it was just a culmination of like tiredness. I'd been dealing with the pain for a long fucking time, stress at work. I'd spent a week in London when I don't fucking like being around too many people as it is, and it had all amalgamated into one. And I remember sitting there on this was on a Sunday, and I had a bit of a 2 and 8. I was sat with my missus, and she went for Saturday night. She went for a sports massage. And she said to me, she was in pain, but she said, I haven't really got a lot of spare cash. And I was like, okay, well, how much is it? And I paid 50 quid. just to help her to go and get a sports massage because I didn't want her in pain, even though I'd been sat in pain for years and and I'd been sat in pain for the last 5 weeks in like crippling pain. And then she was sat there and I was led on the sofa and she was telling me, she was like, oh yeah, basically I saw the sports masseuse and he's like worked on my quads and he said that that's like why the bottom of my back's hurt and he's worked on my shoulder and started going into it. And I looked at her and I went, you fucking selfish cow. And even though I pushed her into it, even though I told her to do it, by listening to how she felt amazing, and I was sat there in crippling agony, I couldn't get comfortable, I couldn't sit down. To lie down, I have to lie in a certain position. I have to go to bed with a pillow under my legs to raise my fucking elevate the spine. And I've got this special orthopedic pillow, and I'm looking at her going, I've spent all this money to try and sleep well. You've had a sports massage and you're fucking fine. And I'm looking at her going, and I just went up and I said, I don't want to fucking hear it. And because I was in pain, I absolutely took it out, and I shouldn't have done. And I said in my podcast, I shouldn't have done that. But it was because I just ignored it. If I'd have gone to the doctors like months ago, or when this had happened, I would have already seen an orthopedic doctor, and I probably would have been having the motion moving forward to get myself sorted.
Yeah.
But yeah. We do it, don't we? Like you said, we are expected to carry on working, carry on providing. Even when I was off with COVID, my boss was ringing me up to go, can you go in and can you answer these questions? And I was hanging out my ass, and you get up and do it. You just you walk home, you're in agony, and your kids like earlier on. I just want to sit down and relax. I've had the day off, but I've worked this morning. And I shouldn't have done, but I'm trying to catch up. And then my daughter's like stuck in this other town. And she's like, can you come and pick me up? I'm just like, you're never ending. You're just constantly on the go. You never get that chance to fully relax.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you were going to talk to me about a story as well. You had a story. Oh, here she is. Angie's back on.
Is she back on? Angie's back.
And she's back. She's come to hear the banter. Hey, you two. Here she is.
She just keeps coming back for more bants. Anyway,
I've
got a story, right?
Yep.
And this is one of these. This is one of these stories, mate, where wouldn't have happened if I didn't make the effort, right?
Okay.
So this new job I've got, right? I'm in a new place, right? And I'm trying to figure out who the key players are, who my people are that I go to solve problems, who the people are that I go to help me with issues, who the people are that run stuff and organise stuff and do all this stuff, right? So there is what was told to me, an allotment, right? They said there's an allotment here.
My brother's got one of them.
Yeah, I know he has. Yeah, and he's smashing it out. But that's just his allotment, isn't it? Right?
Yeah.
This is like a. It was sold to me as it's just a shared allotment. You go down there, put some seeds in the ground, and you grow some vegetables, and that's it. But there's no people can steal them if they want, or people could do this. Anyway, so I popped up there, and I drove past it actually, and I saw a car there. I thought I'll pop up there and I'll have a little word, see who's up there and what it's all about. Not that I'm into, so just to clarify, I'm not into gardening. I'm not green fingered or anything like that, mate. I am, very much amateur. I tried to grow a sunflower once and it didn't even grow, you know what I mean? And even little kids can grow them. Yeah. So anyway, I know. So anyway, right. So I went up there and I seen this woman up there and I said, hello. And she said, oh yeah. I said, I'm the new guy here. I said, I just wanted to find out a little bit more about what this is. And first of all, the place was immaculate. You know what I mean? There was these like big raised wooden planting beds made out of like railroad sleepers.
Nice.
Everywhere. Massive big, one of them like greenhouse tunnels. I'm talking massive, like you could get 50 people in there. Do you know what I mean?
Wow.
That was full of all vegetables and that. There's a shed there. There's a couple of picnic benches there. I mean, it was beautiful, mate, right? And it's all fenced off. It's all fenced around it. So, no animals can get in to eat the veggies or anything like that.
Apart from you.
Yeah, I'm in there like munching on onions and tomatoes. Anyway, I sat down and spoke to her and I introduced myself and she introduced herself and I said, so what's it all about? And she this woman, lovely woman, Deborah. I ended up speaking to her for about 4 hours, 4 or 5 hours, mate. Right?
Wow.
She is a horticultural therapist.
Oh, wow.
Right. Yeah, I know, mate. And I was like, well, you're going to have to tell me a little bit more. So anyway, she basically said about these programs that she runs for people that might be having, problems. They might be a bit stressed. They might not be getting on with, their friends or their families, stuff like that. Or they might just be absolutely fucking depressed and pissed off because they haven't got a release, they haven't got a hobby, they haven't got something to do. So what she does is she's a therapist, so she listens for a start, right? She listens, and she was a good listener as well as a good talker, but that's another subject. She was listening to me and chatting to me about all the people that she's helped and what she kind of does and that. And I was like, right, okay, well, I'm interested in this. And she's a veteran herself. She's a veteran. So yet again, for some of these guys, these soldiers, instantly, because she's a veteran, you can relate because
of course.
She was blown up in a bomb blast many years ago, and had other stuff happen to her, and she was just. Her story is amazing. Anyway, and she was just a lovely, wonderful woman. Anyway, she was telling me, she was saying, like, look, let me go through some of the stuff that we do, right? And I said, all right. So she says, right, I'm gonna just. Have you ever planted stuff before? I said, I've done it a little bit before. She says, I'm going to go through some of the stuff, and you're going to plant some like beans. So some peas. I said, all right, peas, no worries. She said, but first of all, we know that peas grow on a vine, or the plants grow quite tall, so we need to support, and we can relate this to our lives. And there are 5 pillars of this support, right? And she said, so
this is amazing.
We're gonna go and we're gonna look for 5 supports, sticks, right? You're gonna choose them, and then we're gonna label them with what the 5 pillars are. So of course, she goes, let's go and look for some sticks. So as we're walking around, we're talking about stuff, and the experiences we've had in our lives and stuff like that. And then she says, well, I want you to also think of a colour. And I went, what do you mean, think of a colour? She says, any colour you want. And I said, all right, blue. And she said, right, we are going to find all of the blue things in nature just for the next 10 minutes. And we're just going to have a little talk about them and that. And I was like, what? All right, yeah. But then, mate, my mind was just so focused on these blue things. So I found like a blue flower and a blue bit of wood and do you know what I mean? Like,
oh, mate, you've absolutely captured me here, mate. This is amazing.
I found a blue insect, a little blue dragonfly. He was cutting about, right? And so for 10 minutes, talking about blue, right? So already she's integrated this almost like mindfulness. Do you know what I mean? The right here, the right now. Nothing else matters. All that matters right now is what is blue. You tell me what is blue. See what we can find that is blue, blah, blah. Anyway, so we've done that for about 10 minutes. Then she says, right, okay, we're going to find these sticks now. It's up to you how you want them. You can have them natural. You can have them, straight. You can have them brown. You can have them stripped back off bark and stuff like that, right? And of course, the military kicked in me and said, well, I ain't gonna just get any stick, mate. I'm going to find 5 of the strongest, that are exactly the same size and from exactly the same tree, and I don't want any differences, blah, blah, blah. So yet again, mate, I'm looking for these sticks, right, which are eventually going to be the supports, and I'm finding one, and she's going, oh, what do you think about that one? And I'm like, yeah, it's all right. She said, do you think it's the right height? Do you think it has what you need for it to be a good support? Do you know what I mean? And we're already, you can hear, mate, we're relating back to these things in life that we've got, like you say about your friends. You've got a load of them because you thought they were support, but they weren't, because they weren't even
shit.
Right standard. They were shit, mate. They would have fucking shit.
They fell apart, the wankers.
Exactly, mate. Right. So we're looking for these fucking sticks and these supports. Anyway, we get these sticks and then we go back, right? And then she says, okay, so we've got our 5 supports and we'll talk about them in a minute. And I'm going to embarrass myself in a bit because I can't remember the 5 supports. That's why I had to write on them. I put little sticks on them to write on them, right? Anyway, she says, right, okay, what do we need now? I said, soil. She said, yeah, we do need soil, but first of all, we need drainage. So you got to go and I want you to find some rocks, right? So yet again, mate, military ed kicks in. Well, I'm not just going to find any old rocks. I want to find the same rocks at the same size and potentially the same shape. And I want them all the same colour to put into the bottom of my plant pot so that I've got drainage. I've got the correct drainage. I don't want to mess about with any drainage, mate. I want the right stuff. So as we're going around looking for these rocks, we're talking more. I'm just talking to her about stuff that I like doing, and she's talking to me about stuff that she likes doing, and various stories. Anyway, get the rocks. Then she's like, right, soil. This is what we need to do. Put the soil in, and then she showed me a nifty little trick about how to plant almost ready growing plants, right? So we planted these, put the soil in, put these 5 little pea plants in, and then we put the supports in, right? We put the supports in, we labelled them up. So I'm going to try and remember them. So one was learning a new skill. That's one of your supports, right? Learning a new skill, because we all need to have like a hobby or a release or something. So learning a new skill is definitely one.
Yeah.
The other one is the other 4. I'm trying to think of what they bloody are. I think, oh God, it's just escaped me. But let's just say then, right? So definitely it's learning a new skill is definitely one of them, right? Then another one is well-being. Then another one is being active, right? So yet again, I'm looking at support and I'm going active. Well, I should probably start going down the gym. So I've been starting going down the gym and doing the PT, getting out. And then there was another couple of 2, right? But I labelled them all up and we spoke about each one of them. And this is where she related it to life and the people around you and your things that you do and all that stuff. And I'll send you a picture so that when this gets published, you could probably put a picture of these
Absolutely.
supports.
Absolutely. I need that. Yep.
Right. So anyway, then she goes, okay, so what good are these supports if they're on their own? And I was like, well, I suppose they're good in their own right. And she says, yeah, but they need each other to support each other, to hold that structure correctly. We relate that to life. You need them all to integrate in order to be successful and happy. So she says, so now what we've got to do is we've got to secure them all together. She showed me some little nifty little knots, mate, and I'm tying it together. The structure's now solid. And then she says, as the peas grow, they're going to need, to be either more supported. So what we're going to do is we're going to put some little string around these supports to intertwine in the things, and then I'm kicked in again. I don't just want to put the string willy-nilly. I want it at exactly the same height, exactly the same place on each stick, with exactly the same knot and the same tension, and I put it round. And then she says, well, put another layer. It up. Yeah. And then another layer and another layer and another layer, right? And she was saying, look, as this grows, you see that you've got the support structures all around it, right? That are supporting this thing, this little pea plant growing in life, which we can relate to ourselves. That's us. The pea plant is us. We want to grow. It's a flourish, right? But we can't. The pea plant can't do it on its own, mate, because it has to have the correct drainage, right? So it has to have the correct fucking shit that, fuck the shit off, right? It has to have the correct soil level and stuff. That's us getting the right types of food, not drinking too much. If you overwater them, they're gonna die. You can't overwater them. So don't fucking drink too much, as in don't drink too much booze. Soil itself is giving the food and the nutrients. We've got, and these 5 pillars, which have these 5 little labels on, that I'll send it to you. When I go out each day and I give them a little bit of water, I look at each pillar and I say, oh yeah, another one of them is giving, right? Giving, right. Mate. So it doesn't necessarily have to be financially giving. What it could be is giving your time.
Advice. Support.
Support. Giving your spare time to go and whatever, mate. Whatever you can give, you should give. And look around for those other people that are giving. because it's a fantastic trait to have. So anyway, we
And
go around and we look at these supports as you're watering, and you go, what have I done today that's related to that support? Have I learnt a new skill? Well, clearly I have, because my peas are growing. Have I gave today? Yeah, I gave my time, I gave my professional opinion, I gave my information and my knowledge bank to certain people. Have I, done this and done this and done this? And that's what the whole pea plant is about, growing, mate. And for 4 or 5 hours, I mean, there was other stuff that we went through, obviously work related stuff, and some veterans support programs that are out there that are absolutely fantastic. Maybe we could talk about them on a different poddy. But like
yeah,
I say, mate, I walked away from there absolutely refreshed.
and you know what, mate? Everything, and I mean absolutely everything that you have said there is like a snippet of what I've absolutely been nurturing, absolutely been talking about over the last 6 months. Getting rid of the negativity, having that support group, people that are willing to look after you, having those 5 pillars is exactly, it's about looking at what's around you, making sure you've got the right friends that are looking after you, nurturing you, supporting you. It's invaluable. What you've just done there is, I mean, it's beautiful because it's so relatable. And it's like, my brother, for instance, he's got his own allotment and he absolutely loves it because he does exactly that. He gets to go up there, he gets to get peace and quiet, he watches, he nurtures the plants growing, he develops them, he adds where they're going, so he gets his well-being, and he gets time to himself. He shows off his what he's done, what he's grown. I mean, he showed me a photo the other day of what he's grown, and he's like, these are my carrots, I've just made Sunday roast out of everything I've grown. And I'm like, fucking awesome, mate. And then,
Yeah.
I mean, I can't, I'm not great at growing like veg and all that sort of stuff. So for me, I relate to it in my garden. So I've made my garden a sanctuary of green, and it's just literally like bushes, flowers, green, and I watch them grow, and I absolutely, it really does take you away. It gives you that well-being. And what you've just said there is absolutely incredible. I mean, I didn't even know there was anything called horticulturist therapist. I mean, but even just the way you started it, where you hit the nail on the head with regards to blocking everything out and living in the moment. And that's very much what you've done there. What my brother does, what I do, is you go out, you enjoy what you're nurturing, and you live in the moment. You forget all about the shit of work or the shit of life, and you remove the negativity, and you just enjoy the where you are, the here and now.
Oh, mate, it was lovely, lovely weather. It was just a lovely experience, right? But
Yep.
although we can, and the way she done it was just fantastic. We could relate, everything I was doing, we could relate to life. Do you know what I mean? And like I was
Yeah.
just trying to explain to you there, the support and getting rid of the dross. And she even said like, right, we want our peas to grow up like real nice and tall and good. So what we're going to do is we're gonna clip these little leaves, right? There was these little buds that were growing. She said, if you, because she knows what she's talking about. She said, if you don't get rid of them, she says, what'll happen is it will all branch off into different bits, and the peas that we get won't be as good. And straight away in my head, mate, I went, that's what we need to do. Get rid of the fucking dross in our life.
Absolutely.
These people that are fucking just draining us of all our fucking happiness, because all they do is fucking moan and don't do fuck all about it, and they just look at you because they want you to be fucking unhappy, and they're feasting off your fucking unhappiness, which is what these little buds are doing. They're not letting this fucking pea plant grow to its full potential because they want it to fucking not grow as tall. They're going to spread it out. So get fucking rid of them little buds that are pissing them off.
Yeah.
And grow tall.
I have, and go on.
What the thing is, right? So not everyone's into fucking gardening. I know I'm not, but I kind of am.
I'm
now,
not.
right? But it can be anything, and this is why it really bloody frustrates me when I hear you go, "Oh, got my fishing kit out the other day, and I couldn't be bothered to go. Didn't go. Oh, I looked at my bloody wakeboard helmets that I've professionally bloody sprayed up, and I used to do backflips and somersaults off the fucking boards and stuff like that. And I can't go because of my back. Oh, I was going to go and do this, but I didn't do it. So it
It
doesn't
annoys
matter
me.
what. Mate, it annoys me because it
I
doesn't
know.
matter what the activity is. And for me, my other passion is clay target shooting. So I
Yeah.
went shooting on Tuesday with my mate Al, and for those couple of hours that I was on the range, nothing else fucking mattered
I know.
because all that I was concentrating on. Right, here we go. So guns out. What's the fucking target doing? I want to see where the target's coming from. I want to see where I want to break the target. I want to see where the target ends up. I want to know how fast it's going, what direction it's going, what it's doing while it's in the air. Is it going up? Is it going down? Is it staying, across? What's the speed doing? And I'm thinking about that. Then I step up to the plate. Right, think about my feet. All the stuff that I told you when we went shooting.
Yeah.
Think about the body angle. Then you're going to mount the gun. You need to have your cheek down hard on the stock. You want to have your eye in line with the rail that's going down. Don't be looking at the bead. Right. Before that, I want to put my cartridges in, but because I'm a little bit of a perfectionist, I'm going to make sure that the writing of the cartridges is all the fucking same way up. I don't want them wonky because I think it might make my
Affect
shot.
the shot. Yeah.
Yeah. Then I'll close the gun. I'll listen to the click. I'll check the selection lever. Make sure that I'm firing whatever barrel I want to fire first. I look down the barrels and I know what chokes I've got in. And then I look and then I mount the gun and then the final bit when I call pull, whether I hit the fucking clay or not, the process starts all over again.
But you're living in, and do you know what, mate? I get absolutely frustrated with myself, and I know why. Part of the reason why I don't do it is because I absolutely love doing things with other people, and unfortunately with wakeboarding, you can do it, but it's a single man sport. It's not. You can do the team aspect when you're talking and having a bit of banter, but it's a very difficult sport to do, as in to get into it. And I've been along with friends fishing, very easy. But I just, at the moment, I get annoyed with myself frustrated with myself because just listening to you there, that's why we do hobbies. We absolutely do hobbies to take our mind off of all this shit and dross that's going on in life. And we do these hobbies to be able to live in the moment, forget about all the shit and have fun. And one of the things I haven't been doing lately is having the fun aspect. And like I say, I went out on my motorbike the other day to absolutely try and have some fun. And because I wasn't in that frame of mind, I just didn't enjoy it. It was a massive negative. But I need to get that back. And I'll be brutally honest. When I went fucking shooting with you, mate, even though I turned up late, and we'll keep dropping that in there. When I turned up late, but at the I know, but at the time, mate. At the time when we were walking and the fucking rain started and I was worried about your gun going, oh fuck, it's gonna get wet, will it rust, all this sort of shit. I was sat there, but do you know what? When I put those fucking cartridges in and I fucking went pull and I hit that target because I'm fucking obviously naturally gifted at this sport. Sorry, mate. Wait for it. But the thing is, I absolutely loved it, mate. I loved being coaching, and I will honestly say, and hand on heart, that is the only time in the last 6 months that I actually didn't think about work, life, money, family, whatever. I just lived in the moment, and even going back to your house when we were drinking the worst fucking drink in the world, I enjoyed it, mate. The whole day, I didn't think about anything. I just literally was like, I was so on a buzz, so on a high from, enjoying the shooting that just talking to you just underpins and reinforces that for me. And it's like, as you rightly said, we're surrounded by so much fucking negativity. And I did a little motivational minute the other day, actually, where I tried to put that into context for people. And I was saying, if you heard a joke from one person in a room and he said a joke and it was funny, you'd all laugh. If he said the joke again a couple of minutes later, you would all smile, or a couple of people would smile. If he said the joke a third time in the same room a couple of minutes later, you would all look at him like he's a fucking idiot. So there's no difference, and that's relatable to life when people moan. If somebody keeps moaning to you over and over again, why do you sit there and listen to it? because it's not fucking funny. It's not fucking good. Just get rid of the negativity and go for, do you know what, mate? You are draining me. And it's important to get rid of that negativity and hold on to the people like yourself who take you out there, take you away from fucking reality and have fun in life. Otherwise, at the moment, I'm just fucking living to work. Because that's all I do is I work, sleep, work, sleep, work, sleep. Weekend, do fuck all. And that's my fault. That is absolutely my fault. And listening to you is inspirational, because and this is why we always talk about nurturing ourselves and the 5 pillars of support, having the right people around us to push us. And it's like, it was only that Sunday you said, James, and I commend your honesty, and we need honest friends in this life. You were like, dude, I can't keep listening to you like this, mate. You've got the fucking tools to go out there and enjoy yourself. You've got the wakeboard, you've got the fishing gear, you've got the motorbike, you've got these things. I can't stand here and listen to you fucking say that you've got nothing when you fucking have. And I go, you're right. You're absolutely right. What is to stop me from pushing myself? What is to stop me from going out there? And I can come on here and pipe all day long saying you should be doing this, you should be doing this, when I'm not doing it myself. That's what a fucking hypocrite. And you've just underpinned and reinforced that.
Well, oh, mate, and I tell you another thing that I'm doing tonight.
Go on.
Bingo!
2 fat ladies, 88. You can't say that anymore.
Yeah.
And you're going to that at 7, aren't you, mate? Mate, do you know what though? I went to bingo about a year. Well, about a year ago. I went with when I was at my last job with a group of friends. And do you know what, mate? It was fucking competitive and hilarious.
Oh, mate. Honestly, but this is the thing. This is the thing, mate. Right, let's forget about the activity.
By the way,
right?
just let me. We are talking about bingo, by the way.
Yeah.
Like we'll carry on, but what the fuck? Go on.
Right, okay. Forget about the activity. What I'm challenging myself to do, mate, is go to everything, do everything, try everything out. Go to the fucking opening of a letter, for fuck's sake. Do you know what I mean?
I love this.
I'm trying to do stuff. To just keep doing stuff, really, just to keep me active. Do you know what I mean? It's
you might also find something that you never. And this is why I say to you, always try and say yes, because I need to do more of that, because absolutely I need to just fucking put my shit thought process aside and just go yes. And like, say, for instance, tonight I wasn't going to, I'd say yes. Kieran's coming around later on. And I said to him, I chinned him off last week because I was like, I'm not in the fucking mood. And I was an absolute fucking arsehole for that. I should have gone over. And then he said to me, well, do you want me to come over to you? And I was like, oh, yeah, all right then. And I didn't say it enthusiastically. And even to about 2 hours ago, he was like, can I still come round about 7? And I was like, yeah, go on, mate. But I wasn't fully committed, and I was like, just fucking do it, mate. You're going to have a good time, because I'm getting into this recluse habit, and it's destroying me internally and mentally and physically.
Well, mate, and this is the thing, mate. It's not easy for me to say. It is easy for me to say, actually. It's easy for me to sit here and go, mate, just fucking go out. Just go and do that, mate. Don't be sad. Do you know what I mean, mate? All the fucking cliches that we hear all the fucking time.
Man up.
Yeah, just fucking man up, mate. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, put a smile on your face.
Yeah. So it's easy for me to fucking say. And I get it, mate. It is... We've spoke about this, offline and that. It fucking cripples you sometimes. Even the fucking thought of going somewhere new or somewhere that you haven't been before with people that you don't know, and I've heard you say it. You go, people that I probably wouldn't even fucking hang around with. Well, you don't know that yet, because
I know, because I've not embraced it.
Had you never walked into my office, mate, and we found that fucking connection, and then we just realised that we've got like a million things in fucking common.
Yep.
I might have seen you at a party, and you might have looked at me and gone, oh, I'm not going to fucking talk to that cunt. Look at him with his shit shirt. You know what I mean?
Look at him with his shirt off and his trousers down the wanker.
What's he fucking drinking? Dragon soup? What the fuck's that?
Dragon soup? Why is he doing a helicopter at the fucking bar? What I don't realise is it's normally me that's doing that. I'm just pissed off that it ain't me. And the thing is, you do, and do you know what? The thing is, it's not me. That is not me. I don't say no. When I go to places, and I do, when I genuinely get to the place now, and I have a good time. Like for instance, when I went to Cardiff the other fucking month, I was chatting to everybody, mate. Literally, even with Kieran was there, and he was like, "Mate, you've just fucking made friends with the whole fucking like the whole of Cardiff, basically." That's what I'm like. I'm a really friendly person. It's just at the moment, I don't know why. I just seem to regress and just go to nah, fuck it, I'm going to chin it off, and then I miss massive opportunities like I have done, and that's what I'm trying to change constantly. And I, to be honest with you, I need the honesty around me, and that's where you've come in, and like even Nelly and Kieran, they've all come in. You've all come in and all gone like fucking and helped me out. But you've turned around and you've been brutally honest with me and gone fucking. You need to fucking sort this out, mate. And the proof's in the pudding, as I said earlier on. Look at you with the exercise. Look at you trying new things. Look at you fucking getting up and about. It's infectious. But that is all encompassed in nurturing the right people around you. And that's exactly what I've done. There's nobody around me that is negative anymore. I've cut people out of my fucking life and gone, nah, I'm not interested, because all you do is bitch and moan about life. Fuck off. But the people I've got around me are really positive, willing to do things. But what's my excuse to say no? I haven't got an excuse. I'm just being a prick. I'm just not pushing myself out of there, and that's why that's why I've made the effort to jump on a little bit of social media to promote this a little bit more, because I really enjoy this aspect. And even now, I was tempted to go, I can't really be bothered. I'm just gonna drive to fucking pick up my daughter, come back. I'll probably chin it off because I'm not really. And then here I am, 50 fucking odd minutes in, learning shit, talking, having a fucking great time.
There you go, mate. There you go.
It does work though, doesn't it? It absolutely does work, mate. And I think that it's amazing, and that's why I like to. I mean, it's fucking always great to fucking have the banter Bilster on the go anyway. And I think that does promote me. It does, and people are coming on and going, "Oh, hi, you two," because it is so fucking hilarious double act, isn't it? Gives it the fucking big licks, mate. And you're off to bingo anyway, mate. Do you know what I mean?
I am, mate. And this, you said earlier, bingo, what the fuck? But listen, it's something to do, mate, because, right, yeah, cool. So I'm still in work now, right? So I'm just finishing off for the week. So I could go back now and I could sit down on the sofa with my missus, right? And we crack open a bottle of wine or whatever it is. We sit down and we watch a telly, put the Netflix on, what have you, right? Do what we've done every Friday night for the last 20 years, right? We could do that. But then I said to her, I said, hey, fancy a bit of bingo tonight? She went, oh, remember the last time we done bingo? I went, yeah, what a great night. She went, yeah, right, where is it? I said, oh, it's over there, blah, blah. How much is it? Oh, it's 10 quid. Right, let's go. So, yet again, me and my missus, we go and do something, and it's being together. It's me and her doing something, and there'll be some people there that we wouldn't have met before. We might sit next to them and start chatting to them. They might become lifelong friends. I don't know.
Absolutely.
Do you know what I mean? It's just I just got to just try this stuff. Do you know what I mean? And I tell you one thing, I'm bloody annoyed actually, because I'm away on course from next week. Is it? Yeah, week after next, right? There's a murder mystery night coming up.
I love them.
One. I've never been to one, mate. And they've put out this invite. Hey, murder mystery, it's coming up. Blah blah. Send us if you're interested, because what we'll do is we'll allocate you a character, and you can go out, or you can put some different clothes on according to that character. You might be fucking, I don't know, Colonel Mustard or whatever it is. Turn up in your tweeds. I don't know, and I'm gutted. I'm missing it.
So one of my friends, he went to London as a Christmas thing, where it was called a secret murder mystery, right? And they got their characters, and so they were all couple characters. They had to go to a secret location that was only released an hour. So they had to go to London, and it was only released an hour before via text message. They turned up. They didn't know anybody there. They were just given their characters and told to get into character. And absolutely fucking loved it, mate. He said it was one of the best things he'd ever done.
There you go, mate. And yet again, mate, you're listening, but you're not taking it all on board, laddie boy.
No, fucking ram it. Right then, buddy.
I get it, though. I get it.
It's getting better. It is getting better. The more that I'm being encouraged, the more that I'm being developed, the more that I'm talking about these things, and the more, I had a bit of a shock the other week. I don't want to ever do that again. I've been absolutely fantastic for 6 months because I've been nurturing myself. I am pulling myself forward a little bit more, and I am trying. And I think that it's not a case of trying anymore. I don't need to try. I've stopped saying I'm trying. I'm doing this. And I'm learning different ways of things I can cope with, things I can't cope with. So I'm absolutely learning these things. So it is what it is. As long as I've got the right people around me at the moment to absolutely push me and absolutely to make sure that, like I said, promoting it and talking about it is easy, but it's actually doing it. And I'm very, very thankful to have the people around me that are willing to say, fucking sort it, mate. Well done, or go out. And then, like, when I do these things, like I did the other day when I said to you, and I jumped onto that podcast after going to a work event when I met loads of people and had an amazing day. The high that I came back on was incredible because I've met you.
I never heard you so happy for ages.
I know,
you
mate.
were on top of the world, mate.
I literally, as soon as I came through the door, I didn't even say hi to the family. I came straight back in and jumped straight on the podcast to go, fucking what a day. And that's and do you know what? It's so easy to forget those. And I talk about these things about promoting positive, like removing the negativity and holding on to positivity. I'm doing the opposite. I'm nurturing negativity again, and I'm not holding on to those positive things. And it is when you get out and about and have a fucking good time that you feel amazing. And I came back on an absolute high. I almost sounded on the same par as what you did at the start, where you were like, poddy, I'm doing this, and this. I've done this. And I was like, fucking hell, mate, that is inspirational. And I felt that. I just haven't embraced it. I haven't carried it on. So I absolutely need to learn. And mental health, like I've said to you, mental health doesn't pick who you are. It doesn't pick when to strike. It just fucking strikes. So, but you can control it. Absolutely can control it. And that is what I'm learning to do. I'm developing this because I've got the right people around me, and I haven't had the right people around me. I've always had people around me that have always gone a bit like, no, I'm having a fucking, this, and this. And we all get bad days and we all have good days. Yeah. But you'll have more bad days if you're surrounded by negativity than you will if you're surrounded by positivity.
Oh, 100%, mate. 100%. If someone's serving up a shit pizza, right, you want to make sure you get the smallest fucking slice of that shit pizza, don't you?
Exactly. Of course you do.
You don't want to take no fucking double slice, mate. There's no calzone fucking shit pizza going around. You want a little sliver.
But I'm not. I'm chewing down on the whole fucking calzone and fucking licking my lips and slurping the plate up, mate.
Hey, pulling out the fucking sweet corn because you're fucking devouring it. Do you know what I mean?
I am. I'm literally, mate. I'm slurping it up. I'm licking the calzone box, mate. So I've got to stop doing this, mate.
But what about, and I know, and this was, I knew it was going to happen. The other day you done a poddy and you went, I don't know what to do, and I'm fishing and golf and going over walks and doing it, and then everyone started going, hey mate, have you tried this? I done it. I went, hey mate,
everybody did.
Yeah, what about you fucking going out and fucking doing this, mate? Right? I knew it'd happen, but you mate, have got to, you yourself have got to figure out baby steps.
Yeah,
what it is, mate. What it is you want to do, or even not what you want to do, but what could get you into wanting to do. And I was thinking about this the other day, right?
Right.
I was chatting to a lad who was massively into. He's into fucking model airplanes, not fucking little air fixes. Well, sometimes little air fixes, but bigger ones. Like model control planes and stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
And I was thinking, with your expertise in, not that you've ever mentioned it, in the paint industry and spraying industry.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and I know how much you get into it, mate, when you've got a fucking idea.
Oh, I do when it's arty.
Yeah. What about, I don't know, looking into some kind of like a model airplane club and you saying, listen, I'm not a model airplane builder, but I'll tell you what I can do. I'm pretty fucking good at custom fucking spraying things to make them look the bollocks. And it just so happens that I fucking have custom sprayed fucking numerous aircraft all across the world, including for fucking royalty and this, that, and the other. And get your head into that, mate. I don't know. And that way, you can even choose whether you fucking turn up or whether you get them to send it to you. And then you do it from home, and then one week you then go and present it to him, and you present it to the guy, and he goes, "Oh fucking hell, mate, this is absolutely amazing." Then another guy comes over and he goes, "Oh mate, any chance you can do it?" And you meet, and then you go for a beer with them, and they end up becoming mates, and you've got a common interest, and you teach them a bit of spraying. And I don't know, mate. I'm just going down the road.
Well, no, but that's absolutely, like, that's one of the biggest things I absolutely miss doing is, and what I was when I left the Air Force and I stopped painting. One of the biggest things I fucking missed was doing custom pieces. And what I was actually trying to get into was people were going to give me aircraft panels to spray designs on so they could use them as people's gizzards and all this sort of stuff. I was even supposed to get like a rare piece off the Concorde, and they wanted me to do something fucking special on it. And I was like, I've got airbrushes, I've got all the fucking skills to pay the fucking bills to paint all day long. But it never come to fruition. So I need to, I think, to take the active role into getting back in, because I enjoy artwork. I don't enjoy painting fucking canvases. I love work on an aircraft. I absolutely love it.
Mate, I see your on the stuff that you had in your office, mate, and
mate,
it was so impressive. I walked out the first time I seen it. We know the jerry can and all that stuff like that.
Yeah.
And the fucking helmets and stuff like that. I walked out. And I said to my mate, I went, he reckons he's done that. Not a chance. Not a chance. Maybe
really?
That and then it was only when my mate said he wanted a bit of another bit that, and I put him
the Apache visor.
Yes. And then he come back and I went, what the fuck? That is amazing. So I know you're working.
You genuinely thought I didn't paint any of this stuff?
I thought you were a fucking bit of a Walter Mitty, mate.
You absolute bastard. Mate, I am a fucking amazing painter, and I am going to be a big-headed bastard about this. Everything I fucking did there was painted by myself. Everything.
Yeah, but you've got to remember, mate, the context, right? So I'm walking in going, all right, lads, just a quick heads up, plug sockets, too many of them, one office. And you're like, I know exactly what to do about that. You want to form 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and fill it in and then get it back to us. And then we'll put in a safety data sheet for this, blah, blah, blah. And I went, not a chance that lad knows about painting. Not a chance. And it was only once I got to know you that I realised, you've only done, I don't know, like a few years, I think it was, maybe a couple of months.
Only 21 years and painted the fucking Typhoon Eurofighter for the fucking Saudi Crown Prince. Just a couple of little things, mate.
Yeah. Just, some little fucking on the side fucking garage jobs. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I didn't know how good you were until I found out how fucking good you were, mate. And that
fluff me up, mate. Fluff me up. I love it.
As a talent, mate, that you should never fucking give up. Although I will caveat that with, I said to you, hey mate, any chance with your artwork? Hey mate, any chance you could just turn this picture instead of being a photo? Just do the outlines of it. I've got a little plan for it. Fucking hell, what's that been? 2 weeks? 2 weeks of mugging me off, mate.
I know, and I don't even know where to fucking start with it, mate. So I need to sit down and I tried to do it, and I was in London, and I was trying to fucking do it, and I was like, I don't know where I'm going here. And then it snowballed into fucking stupid sadness, fucking stupid depression. I was like, fuck this. And do you know what? I've got an iPad. It's sat in front of me, iPad Pro, sat in front of me with a fucking pen, and I'm just going, what the fuck are you doing, James? I've got a laser etcher. I've got £1,000 worth of airbrush kit that is sat in a box. And I'm like, what the fuck are you doing, James? And I don't know why. I think it's because, like I said, for me, because I get so invested in it, when I go out to do things for people and I go like, oh, I've got this for sale, everyone goes like, oh yeah, maybe I want like 30 quid for it, and you bought the bit of wood for like 20 quid and you put like 4 hours into it and you're only really making a tenner. You think to yourself, wow, mate, what the fuck? You're moaning over a fucking tenner. So, and I'm not in this case, but I do get really, it does get me really hard to get motivated. So 9 times 10, all of the stuff that you saw in the office was all done because I did it for myself. So I knew it was like freedom, as in like I can just do what I like. When someone says to me, can you do a specific thing? I fucking struggle because I'm like, there's no artistry and there's no artist in that. It's just like, can you do this? Whereas I'm like, if you'd have said to me, James, I want you to do this because it's going to be like this, and I want you to have a little bit of freedom, I'd be like, fucking brilliant, mate. Let's get stuck into it. But when you say, I want this pencil line drawing, and I'm going, I don't even know where to start, mate. And that's the motivational aspect that I really struggle with. And that's kind of incorporated a little bit into the ADHD because it's hard for me to find that fucking, that motivation. But when I get that motivation, mate, there's no stopping me. There's absolutely no stopping me. And it's like if you supplied me with aircraft panels and said, James, I've got the side of a fucking Lynx here, and I want you to do something on it, Union Jackie, something British, a little bit. I'd be like, fucking brilliant. Leave it with me. I'm going to fucking show you the fucking best bit of artwork you've ever seen, and it's going to be worth about fucking £800. I would do it. Absolutely fucking do it.
But and you can't do a little fucking outline fucking drawing.
because you're fucking picking on me, I'm gonna do it. I promise you, I will do it this weekend. I've got a nice, easy weekend. I've got a summer ball. I've got a summer ball tomorrow, which is James Bond theme, which I'm looking for.
Brilliant, mate! I wish you'd told me before. I'm going to the golden PPK.
Have you?
Yeah, and it's a lighter as well, so you can go out into the smoking area, pull it out, and just go ching. And it's a lighter.
I'm going to the Wallop Summer Ball, mate.
Nice, mate. Nice. That'd be great.
Yeah, so I'm really like I was a bit apprehensive about it, but I'm pushing myself. And then tomorrow night, Saturday night, going with me old dear and me old man, and I'm their guests, obviously, because I'm not part of it anymore. But I'm their guests, and yeah, I'm looking forward to the fucking old Yorkie's going to be there and all that, you know.
Who are you going as? Odd Job.
I'm going as fuck you. I'm going as fucking Jaws, mate. I'm going to take a bit of cable with me and I'm going to fucking chomp down on it.
Brilliant, mate. Brilliant.
So I'm looking forward to that. And then Sunday, I'll just have a nice lazy day. I'm driving, so I'm not drinking because I don't need to drink to go to these, but it's nice to get the atmosphere. And I'm just gonna. So Sunday, I'll sit down. I'll have my iPad fully charged, and I'll fucking do it for you so that you've got it ready for next week.
I think you're looking too much into it, mate. I reckon you could just download an app. It's only because I just didn't. I thought you might have known an app. There's an app, and you just put the picture on, and it will turn it into the outline drawing, that almost like the silhouette that I want. Do you know what I mean?
Right. Okay. I'll see what I can do. I can see what I can do.
Don't look too much into it, mate. If you can't do it, just be honest and go, look, Bill, with my 20 odd years of painting,
fuck off!
You've challenged me beyond my limits.
Kiss my ass!
Right, listen, mate, it's been absolutely cracking talking to you. And listeners, I hope you've enjoyed our little chat. And remember about the gardening. You'll see in the picture that he puts up with this, the 5 pillars of this, towards mental health and what you can, relate them to in your life. Over to you, Jimbo.
Yeah, absolutely. Same rhetoric and echo those sentiments, mate. Here to support mental health, here to build well-being. Absolutely fantastic conversation. I look forward to another live poddy with Banterman Bilster here. So thank you for listening. Thank you for joining. Sorry you missed us, mate, but please catch us on the next one, buddy. And I look forward to talking to you again, Billy.
And Angie. Cheers, Angie.
And Angie, thanks for sharing the podcast. Thanks, everyone, for liking and commenting, building up the structure for everybody. Don't forget to follow along and look out for more content.
Oh, there's Corey's turned up as well. Corey's on.
Oh, Corey's on, is he?
Aren't gentlemen necessary for said conversation? Well, we are gentlemen, Corey. We are very much gentlemen.
All right, then, buddy. Enjoy your bingo tonight, mate, and I will speak to you over the weekend.
Cheers, Ledge. Take care.
Cheers. You too, mate. Take care.
Bye.